Why do I bother to waste my time? I can only make so much sense in such little time. I can only use so many words that they never rhyme. Then I tried to write her a letter. Crossed the mailman, said that she don't live here anymore. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Today we are doing 7.2 and 7.3, addition and subtraction equations. Our learning goal is that students will be able to solve the variable in addition and subtraction equations. Remember to write down absolutely everything that is typed or written in this video and pause this video at any time that you need to slow things down. All right, remember, number 1, draw a line straight down from your equal sign. Okay, number 2, find your variable, that's your letter. Number 3, see what is happening to your variable and do the opposite. Don't do what it says, do the opposite. Okay, because when you're trying to solve something, you have to undo it, and when you undo something, you do the opposite. Okay, and then the last thing, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on some practice problems. First things first, draw a line straight down from your equal sign. Find your variable. My variable is x. See what's happening to your variable. We're adding 3. And then do the opposite. So instead of adding 3, we're going to subtract 3 from both sides of my equal sign. Okay? Positive 3 minus 3 gives us a 0, and 0 plus x is just x. And 8 minus 3 gives us 5. So x is equal to 5. That is my answer. Now, you can always check your answers on these. Always, always, always go back and check your answers. If you plug in your answer for x, 4x, and 5 plus 3 gives me 8, then you did it correctly. If you got anything other than 5 and you added it to 3, you would not get 8. So then your answer would be wrong. Okay? So x is equal to 5, and remember you can go back and check your answer. Okay, first things first, draw your line down from your equal sign. Find your variable. My variable is c. See what's happening to your variable. We're adding 2, and then do the opposite. So instead of adding 2, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides of my equal sign. Positive 2 minus 2 cancels, and I'm left with c on my left and 5 minus 2, which is 3 on my right. That is your answer. C is equal to 3. You can check your answer by plugging your answer in for c and adding 2 and seeing if you get 5. We did get 5, so we did it correctly. Okay, here we've got decimals, but that's okay. We're doing the exact same thing. Draw your line straight down from your equal sign. Find your variable. My variable is y. See what's happening to your variable. We're adding 3.5, and then do the opposite. The opposite of adding 3.5 is subtracting 3.5 from both sides. Remember, when you are subtracting, and I didn't do that very well, you need to line up your decimals, and then if you need to, annex a 0 to the back. That 5 should be up underneath the 7, and so you need to annex a 0 up under this 5. 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring your decimal point straight down. 2 minus 3, we can't do that, so we need to borrow. 12 minus 3 gives me 9. So this cancels because 3.5 minus 3.5 is 0, and 0 plus y is y. So y is equal to 9.25, or 9 25 hundredths. Okay, that is correct. All right, if you need to double check your answers, you can plug your number back into your problem, and you can add 3.5 to 9.25, and that should give you 12.75. And if it does, you did that correctly. All right, Draw your line down from your equal sign. Find your variable. My variable is x. See what's happening to your variable. We're subtracting 7, and then do the opposite. Instead of subtracting 7, I'm going to add 7 to both sides. Negative 7 plus 7 cancels. They're called a zero pair because they're exact opposites. So negative 7 plus 7, you are back to 0. So 0 plus x gives me x, and 4 plus 7 gives me 11. So x is equal to 11, and that works out because if I plug 11 back in for x and subtract 7, then I will get 4, and we did that correctly. All right, this next problem, draw your line straight down from your equal sign. My variable is y. Y is subtracting 6, so we're going to do the opposite and add 6 to both sides. Cancel out your zero pair, and we're left with y is equal to 8 plus 6, which is 14. So y is equal to 14, and 14 minus 6 gives me 8, so we did that correctly. And your last problem, draw a line straight down from your equal sign. My variable is a. A is subtracting 5, so we need to do the opposite and add 5 to both sides of the equal sign. Negative 5 plus 5 cancels, and we're left with a is equal to 9 plus 5, which gives me 14. So a is equal to 14. And again, 14 minus 5 equals 9. That works out. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.